Most people remember SpongeBob as a goofy sponge flipping Krabby Patties and annoying his neighbor. But what if I told you that this cheerful cartoon actually has a horrifying origin, one that Nickelodeon never intended you to notice? A theory so dark, it redefines everything you thought you knew about Bikini Bottom. Let's start with the name, Bikini Bottom. At first glance, it just sounds like a fun undersea location. But it's actually a real place, or at least, based on one. Ever heard of Bikini Atoll? It's a tiny group of islands in the Pacific Ocean, and during the 1940s and 50s, it was ground zero for U.S. nuclear testing. Over 20 atomic bombs were detonated there, turning paradise into a radioactive wasteland. Now, here's where it gets creepy. Fans believe that Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob's home, is located directly beneath Bikini Atoll. That would mean the entire show takes place in a post-nuclear fallout zone, and all the characters. They're mutated sea creatures created by radiation. Think about it, SpongeBob is a sponge with a fully formed personality. He drives, cooks, owns a house shaped like a pineapple. Patrick is a starfish who can barely function, yet somehow walks, talks, and holds a job. Sandy is a land mammal living underwater in a high-tech dome. These aren't just weird cartoon quirks, they could be side effects of nuclear mutation. Even Squidward, often portrayed as cynical and depressed, might represent the psychological effects of surviving a catastrophic event. He's isolated, bitter, and spends his life trapped in a job he hates. That doesn't sound like comic relief, it sounds like trauma. And the Krabby Patty formula? It's never revealed. Not once in the show's history. What if the secret ingredient isn't food at all, but something more sinister, like the last remnants of real meat in a post-apocalyptic world? Here's another detail that fans point to, the military presence. Remember all the random appearances of warships, diving suits, and the explosion sound effects in the background? Those aren't just cartoon gags. They could be remnants of the bomb testing era, a way to subtly remind viewers that something catastrophic once happened above. Even the episodes themselves sometimes hint at a darker reality. In the 2002 episode, Nasty Patty, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs believe they've accidentally killed a health inspector and attempt to cover it up. In Rock Bottom, SpongeBob enters a creepy, almost alien part of town where he can't communicate and is completely isolated. These aren't your typical light-hearted kids' show plots, they're eerily dystopian. And here's the kicker, the show debuted in 1999, the same decade when conspiracy theories and anti-nuclear sentiments were exploding across the internet. Some fans believe the creators knew exactly what they were doing, embedding real-world horrors into a colorful cartoon that would fly under the radar of parents and children alike. Was it intentional? Maybe not fully, but the coincidences pile up. The name. The setting. The behavior of the characters. The subtle, dark undertones. SpongeBob might not just be about a sponge living in the sea. It might be a masked warning, a radioactive fairy tale with a terrifying truth. So next time you hear SpongeBob's laugh echo through your screen, ask yourself, is it just a kid's show, or a nuclear nightmare wrapped in seashells? If that theory made you question everything, there's a whole lot more where that came from. Subscribe for more dark theories and hidden truths about your favorite childhood shows, and prepare to never look at them the same way again.